Peace, man. We live, man. Let me wait for the notifications before I go all the way in. The get wind noise. Okay, CJ. Man, I ain't got no. Okay, bam. There we go. Finally, here we go. Finally, man. Let me go ahead while we're doing this, man. Let's go into my commercials, man, and get it going. I got some commercials set up. You know what I mean? Calling all realtors. This is Brandon B. Dixon, NMLS 1541210. I wanted to talk to y'all real quick about my realtor referral program. So anybody interested, anybody want to sign up? And a lot of people have been asking questions, so here it goes. So don't forget I'm licensed in 6 states. So California, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, and Illinois. So if you're a realtor in these 6 states, get at me. So what we're doing, don't forget we just merged with Greenwood Realty. So we have the real estate side and we have the loan side all in one office. So any realtor that's interested, DM me. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to be showing any houses. So anybody that wants to split commission, that want to become a showing agent, or just you can stick with your brokers, just want to reciprocate business, get at me. Also, give me all your turn downs. I got over 200 banks. So let's reciprocate business and make some money. So if you're serious about making money, get at me. All right, man. Peace to the family. Let's go ahead and get started. CJ said you're gonna be running a little bit late. You're coming from a networking event. So let's go start with Hyman, man. Let's get it going.
And, man, I'm trying to get my theme music like Dion said. Let me get my theme music.
We don't want to get tagged though. Don't forget YouTube. You only can do 3 seconds before you get.
I'm trying to get my theme music on, but you're killing me. I'm a mic. You kill my mic.
Right.
My name is Hyman with H&L Premier Realty. Here to help you with all your real estate needs, whether it be buy, sell, or invest. Feel free to reach out to me at 832-235-0985, or you can see me at hnlpremierrealty.com. Good evening, folks.
Y'all liking the red, man? Does that red look good? Y'all, let us know in the comments, man. We need to get some feedback. Again, they hacked my Facebook. This should be streaming on a new Facebook stream, so I'm about to start all over from scratch. So I guess I'm gonna get it more concentrated, more Houston area. Barry, let's. I got you queued up.
All right, this is Barry B, homesbybarryb.com. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in Houston surrounding areas, give me a call. You can Google me, Google Homes by Barry B. I'm on all social media, YouTube channel. You can call me at 832-786-1270, or you can text me. You can email me at barryb@barryb.com, at homesbybarryb.com.
Gotcha.
That was crazy. Yeah.
Corey, I got you queued.
All right, Corey Smith, broker owner, Commodore Mortgage. Here for all your mortgage needs, whether you're trying to buy, sell, your primary.
Are we getting like
are we in a club, Lemons? You know what I'm saying? You got my contact information. Feel free to give me a call. Your primary, secondary, investment, whatever your needs are, we got your financing covered.
Gotcha. All right, so let's go ahead and we go through this real quick. Again, Brandon B. Dixon, MLS 1541210, Big Net Loan Officer on all social media. Go to my YouTube at Big Net Loan Officer. That hadn't been hacked. My Facebook has been hacked, people. So this FYI, after 15 years, I've been on it since 2008. I guess I'm getting too big. 55,000 followers, almost 5,000 friends. It's all. I'm locked out, so I'm trying to figure out how to get back in. I can't. I'm going in a loop every time they ask me to identify myself. I show my ID. They say I showed it too many times, and I did the selfie with the what you call them, with the the passcode. They say they can't do it. It's all kind of stuff. But I'm trying to work my old one in. In the meantime, I ain't gonna let that stop me. I started a new one. So go to my website, www.applywithb.com, if you want to book me for a consultation, or if you want to go ahead and apply for a mortgage. Also, a lot of people have been asking for the Cash App. That's for donations only. Go to the Power of Ownership Cash App. If you want to go ahead and hit me with a donation, or hit the actual fan with a donation. 832-775-8357. Call me 24/7. I'm available if it's about business. And a couple other things before we go. I got a couple websites that's coming back, but hold on, where is it? We got the Dolls and Doors event coming up soon. We're going to actually move this to the second week, the third week of October. So be on the lookout for that. And the last thing is go to my website, whatstodaysrates.com. You want to go ahead and check rates, see if you could qualify for a mortgage, or even talk to one person on my team, if not me. Go ahead and get that going. Got a couple other websites I'm working on right now, so y'all be on the lookout for that. So a couple of sales funnels, a couple of other things, man. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. I want to kind of keep it current events at the same time. Let's talk about real estate as well, because I've been getting, some feedback. A lot of people like the show. A lot of people, believe it or not, a lot of people watch the show. Because I go around, hey man, watch, and stuff like that. So people watch the show, man. CJ, you ran on time. I was just about to start the show, so we can finish with your introduction and then go ahead and get into it. So I got
just throw my number on there. Y'all call me if you need me.
Hold on, let's see where you at. Where is the number? Hold on, here we go. Bam.
There it is. CJ, hit me up. 832-338-3182. I got you.
See, I don't know what this background is. It's hard to see. Let me go and change this background, man. I can't see us with this, man. It's got too many faces on there. So it gotta be pleasing. I don't know about this all black either.
Hey, that's less busy though.
Huh?
That's less busy.
So we can do the one that's the keep moving, man. What you think of that? Boom.
Shoot, I ain't got my name on it. Take that shit off of there. Hey, do I sound better with my new mic? Y'all talked about me last week.
Oh yeah.
What kind of mic you got, CJ?
We can actually hear you.
What kind of mic you got?
I don't know what this joint is.
Amazon?
Oh yeah.
Nah,
he has a condenser
Micro
mic.
Center.
It's a condenser mic, USB. Look like.
Yeah, it's a USB.
Yeah, it's nice. You got hooked up to a DSLR camera or to the
Say, baby, can I be your slave?
What in the world? What kind of show is this?
Hold on, you sound 100% better. Like I said, we can actually hear you instead of a bunch of bass.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hey, I listened to the audio from last week. I sound like I'm in the hallway.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so yeah, man. Finally, you got to in the 2020s, man. You got to where everybody got a podcast mic, a webcam, and set up for online presentations, man. Finally,
you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Finally, man. But man, I was just about to introduce the show. Let me hide this thing because we small. I want to stick at current events, man. I want to kind of mix it with current events with real estate, man. Everybody, and I want to kind of combine these two, man. Everybody talking about prime, Dion and stuff like that, the prime effect. I want to talk about, relationship currency and how to. I like the way one of the main things Dion doing that I love. He really showing us, especially our generation, Gen X. The importance of relationships and really showing us really how to express love too, and being manly with it and smooth with it instead of like awkward with it. You feel what I'm saying? Because we never really had that. We come from the thug era, the '90s and stuff like that. Most of us was latchkey kids, so we didn't have that masculine energy. We had James Evans and we had Cliff Huxtable, and that was it. You know, and that was our male role model. You know, besides Tupac and Biggie and all them. So we ain't had that male role model, so we don't know how to express love. We winging it. You know what I mean? You know, so.
But
You
you
kinda
talking about
know-
that tied in. Well, I do audibles with my books, but I just peeped one out. I'm listening to one right now called "The Courage to Be This Light," and it ties in exactly what Prime going through, because all these coaches coming in hating on them, players hating on them, and he just water off his back. Like he ain't shooting back, he ain't shooting shots back. He's like, hey, I wish well for the brothers. Like he ain't throwing no hate back at them.
Right. Well, that's one of the things. That's because that's what we taught. That's one of the things I wanted to get into. Like, you know, we taught from like 50 Cent. You know, even I said this actually earlier this year. They threw two at me. I threw four back. That's Jay-Z famous line. You know what I mean? You know, so that's how we taught. You know, hey, blast back. I always blast back at them. You know, the beef. You know, so that's how we were taught. So for Prime showing you how to really turn the other cheek and, you know, really mentor kids and, be masculine with it at the same time, be, poetic, you know. So
Yeah.
I want to kind of talk about that, talk about his success a little bit, how you could translate it to your business. A lot of people, I want to say this and I'll open it up. Every other podcast about relationships right now. Male, female, about a dynamic, but nobody talking about business relationships, man. I want to talk about business relationships and relationship currency, man. Like how important is business relationships, not only relationships between your subordinates, but your clients, and you know how far is too far, what's professional, what's non-professional. Let's talk about it. You know,
it's even more important now, especially the way the industry is going and the economy. Like relationships are everything, because the more and more they creep up, going up on these interest rates, the fewer buyers out here that are looking to buy. But if you got somebody that knows somebody, that's where the money is. That's where the success is. Because if you just sit here waiting to find strangers, then it's gonna be a tougher go compared to finding, like, work with people that you already know, people that know and trust you. They're gonna refer their people to you.
Right. And let's I want to dive deep, man. I want to give them pointers and stuff like that. A lot of people don't forget that we came from the video game era, you know, the cell phone era. You know, a lot of people that are underneath us. A lot of people, I'm noticing now, like, man, a lot of people born in 2005 is 18.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Like, I moved out here in 2005. So the 2005 people that were born that year is 18 this year. That's crazy. So I'm saying that to say this: they can't picture YouTube. They was born into Facebook. They was born into YouTube. They was born in the social media era. So they don't really know how to. They've been digital. They've been swipe right, swipe left.
Shoot, they ain't never had to blow on a Nintendo cartridge.
Right. they ain't had to get the rejection, walk up to a girl and she tell you hell no, and you know. Barry, I think I don't know if you I can't.
I said that's why their attention span is so short. Also,
right. But this is the thing. So let's talk about relationships, man. Let's talk about, like, how important is it to, because yeah, you can have a good presence. Everybody will focus on have a presence, but if you ain't got that analog game, you ain't gonna eat. You know,
got that what on your name?
The analog game, that where you high touch, where people
Man,
know you.
It sounds like somebody got an ultrasound or something.
Like Barry.
Who's watching the show? Who's trying to watch the show and monitor the show and be on the show at the same time?
I'm outside.
I'm outside. B?
No, that's Barry, Mike. I just muted him and it went away.
Oh, man. You gotta get your mic, man.
So yeah, watch.
Hey Barry, I'm gonna see the link. Get you one of these, bro.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, something like this right here, B.
Yep, it's Hyman.
See, he got a police scanner outside.
That ain't me. That's you, B.
All right, I'm gonna mute.
Tim.
Yeah, that's B. Hey,
Whoever
you got that
feedback.
iPhone over there. That's what it is.
I'm on mute. I was on mute. It wasn't me.
That's B. That's B with the
That's
iPhone.
B. With the I think when he checked his notifications, he got to maybe turn them off.
Yeah, because I don't do iPhone.
Yeah,
Android.
yeah, this is an Android only show. You don't need gonna do iPhones over here.
Let me see something.
See, it stopped. Oh, no, it didn't.
Hey Corey,
What about now?
I got to send you something for next Friday, bro.
Okay, please do.
All right,
Please
go ahead.
do. Huh?
Is it still the same?
It's a little bit better.
Yeah, it's better.
Nah, it ain't. It's the same.
Maybe like I said, because I don't have no headphones on. It's
the echo.
probably the speakers coming through the mic.
Oh, okay.
You know,
That could be true too.
I don't have headphones on, so I got it this on. You know, I could do like the AirPods. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll probably do that next show. Like I said, I got earphones or whatever. But I don't want to do straight up do the headphones like Hyman.
Yeah, man.
You know, I got some headphones too.
Yeah, man. My setup is a little different than y'all's, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I use my iPad. I got my mixer. I like to
You
try
got
my different mics
you got a
out.
professional setup, huh?
Yeah, I like to try my different mics out. I got.
Oh, okay.
When I'm in the house, you know, I got the webcam with the DJ mic that B like to mess with me about.
Well, what I'll do is I'll mute if I'm not talking, but I'll go ahead and leave the floor open to y'all, man. Don't all y'all jump in the pool at the same time.
Why not? Want to make a big wave? We should do that in middle school. See who make the big wave.
I'm still hearing it, man, even though my mic muted.
No telling.
You
It might just be, you might just have a
long.
bad connection right now, though, because this is the first time it's ever been like this long.
Hold on, I'm
Since
gonna
we've been
mute
on.
mine.
Is that better?
All of them, maybe it's a combination of all of them.
I don't know. Everybody can't mute they.
We
Everybody
can't
can't mute
talk.
their mic.
We can't talk, man.
Right. So I don't know. See, I'm unmuted. It's clean.
It's clean.
You can't be muted, B. I can hear you.
Right, you.
Yeah, that's
talking
what
about
I'm
you muted, you talking.
That's why I say I'm unmuted. Yeah, I'm unmuted. So it's clean right now.
True.
So, but yeah, I go ahead. I'll mute my mic. Go ahead.
Nah, they gotta unmute your mic, man. You deal with it for a little bit. What's the question again, B? See, that's why you can't mute your mic because you don't know the question.
It's on the board. The prime effect. You want to have any comments about Deion Sanders, man? Like I said,
Relationship currency. Okay, I see it.
relationship currency. How it relates to how can you use anything you can take from prime and use in a real estate as far as relationships, and then as you know that most people in the Generation Z don't. That's not their strong point is relationships. They more digital. Hey, see me and like me virtually. You know, and then that leads to transactional because you don't know how you're socially awkward at that point.
You know what?
Man,
One thing that
I think
like
it boils
about,
down to. Go ahead, Barry.
I'm gonna say one thing I like about Deion is he his relationship with his players. To me, he wants them to be better. He wants them to be great men first, and then football players. You know, he's not just trying to win some games like some of these other coaches. He wants them to be good men and fathers in the world, and I like that.
Right.
That's true.
I think from a prime standpoint too, like he's staying on his square. Like even though he get jabs from all these coaches, all these players, all the media, he ain't changed. Like he ain't switched up at all. He's standing on his square. It's like you either gonna love me, or you gonna hate me.
But for me, what Prime has done is he's taking some old school principles, taking care of people, being honest with folks, and just putting it out there. What Prime has done has been going on for years, but it's been backwashed or put in the backseat based on the new generation of digital, where everybody got to like everybody. Then everybody has a comment about everything. Everything has to be socially correct, economically correct, genderly correct. I watched him do a press conference today, and he called a young lady baby, and he had. What was interesting about it, he had to hurry up and backtrack. Say, "Oh, forgive me, I'm not trying to be sexist or by calling you that," and he had to go back and reiterate that that's not what he's about. But he comes from the era of, look, you're a woman, I'm gonna treat you like a woman, I'm gonna care about you like a woman, and that's it. And that's just how it is. And for young folk nowadays, they feel like everybody should be equal. So some women might get mad if you treat them like one. They want to be treated like they a man or whatever else, like they green or orange. I just think that's what makes him so much better than and so refreshing to college football and to the world.
Shit, Corey,
Man,
yeah.
my 2 cents is, you know what I'm saying, is that I think it's not quite about the topic, but I think when it comes to Deion, it's all about how he makes people feel, right? And I think a lot of the effect comes from people feeling good or liking what he does. And I think that's the reason he's going to end up getting a whole bunch of recruits. That's the reason Travis Hunter and a lot of other players followed him from Jackson State over there to Colorado. Because if Deion would have them, they'll follow Deion off a cliff. Just because being around him makes them feel good. Not only that, you know what I'm saying, you're talking about a genuine person that you truly feel has your best interest at heart. And I think, you know what I'm saying, these days, that's a lost art when it comes to coaching. Coaching to swap you out if they could, just the same way you could in the NFL. But I think with Coach Prime, it's about more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's about making sure, and he said it several times, making sure these kids grow up, they learn the old school principles, which I think has been lost. And then they have respect and have an expectation for themselves that they didn't previously have before they met Prime.
And then at the same time, like when you get to learn from a dude with a gold jacket too. Now you got a Hall of Famer.
To get you to the next level.
Yeah,
whether it be football or marketing.
He's been there.
Right.
The things that he's telling them, he's been there.
Right. Well, he's everything that they aspire to be. So just to piggyback off of what Corey was saying, is like, yeah, most, we all, not all of us played college ball, but most of us went to college and played some type of sports or whatever. But most coaches, once they get you there, they're almost like ops. They almost jump out of your corner. And it's more about them in the program, and they treat you like, it's my way or the highway. And they become like, they jump out of your corner once they get you there. So and I think that's the thing about Deion is like, hey, listen, I got the blueprint. I'm gonna pour into you. This buy in. This you got to believe and give me everything you got, and I'll show you not only how to be successful, at football, but at business and everything else. Because he not only he's a successful, the only thing he's not successful is his marriages. You know what I mean? But, but he's great father. He's really showing us how I get our grown man on. With style. That's different than our pops generation. Our pops generation really fell off. We had our grandfather's generation kind of showed us, but we ain't wearing the zoot suits and the suspenders no more, and being a deacon at the church. You know what I'm saying? So it's a new age. He ball caps and shades and hopping out that Lambo. And that's our generation. He's doing it with style. So he's showing us really how to love. How many people you seen in our community that's more build up than it is tear down. You got your Phil Knights, your Bob Knights, and you got your what's your boy Sarkeesian? What's that guy name? That basketball coach?
Krzyzewski?
Nah, not Krzyzewski. The Sharp.
Tarkanian.
Tarkisian was his name?
Yeah, from the Running Rebels back in the 90s.
Yeah, back in the days, man. You got them type of coaches that scream in your face, and it's all tear down.
Yeah.
But Dion still get on that tail though, man. In practice.
Oh yeah, he get on that tail.
I've seen him.
Got to.
Yeah, but
got to.
That's and I've experienced it. Most of the coaches that I've been through are more tear down than they are build up.
I mean, but like they say, you gotta destroy and rebuild.
Right. Well, it's almost like the military. They build you, they strip you of everything, and then try to build you back up to reprogram you. Cool, but they reprogram you only on football only, and then they it's only to a point that I've experienced. Dion's going above and beyond. It's he knows this story, he knows their name, he knows the mama them, he knows.
But that's the thing too. You got a gold jacket. A coach can only take you as far as he's able to take you. So if you don't have a award-winning championship coach, he can only get you so far.
Right, and that's
if
most
you got
coaches.
somebody that's done it all, been there, and reached got all the accolades and everything, and then got the gold jacket. He done seen, heard all that. Like he done got it all.
Well, that's why he's so cold. Like I'd have been at the top of my field. I know what it takes. I've been at the top of my field. I've been in all. I'd have made all the money in the 80s. Yeah. In the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So he made money. He got the baddest. He got good looking kids. Got the baddest chicks. Got the good looking kids. He got it all.
Yeah, been there, done that.
So it's what most ballpark, and he got the connection. You got T.O. in the locker room, Warren Sapp. You got the playmaker. You got people.
Yeah, Michael Irvin trying to get in there.
You got Wayne, opening up for you. So you got all eyes on you. That's why he played at every meeting. All eyes on you. He put the eyes on you. Put the eyeballs on you. So he got it. But my thing is, let's talk about this to real estate. How is this important? And how can you have the prime effect in your business? And then how can you translate this to real estate and relationships? Because that's the whole thing he's selling to me is prime is he know how to build relationships, and he already has established relationships. And that's what the recruits are looking for. Like he knows Wayne. He got T.O. on speed dial. You want to be a wide receiver? This is one of the best wide receivers right here. He's in the locker room. Talk to him.
But I think it boiled down not just to who I know, but what value I could bring.
Right.
So, like, you need this. If I don't have it, I got somebody in my corner, somebody on my team that can provide that for you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that's what he's done that. Like, I've been in the game, I know what I'm doing, but the part that I don't know, because I ain't really like I'm on the defensive side. I got these offensive cats. I played offense, but I got these dogs over here, gold jackets, that know what they're doing, and I'm gonna bring them with me to teach you. So it's all about what value you bring to people, not just you, but your network, your connections.
Right. Yeah. What can you do to lift the next man up?
Yep.
Right. Right.
Well, you just in it for some people in things for themselves, but you can lift people up. You can still rise and lift people up at the same time.
Right.
You ain't got to put somebody else down.
Let's twist this to real estate and business.
Well, that's business. I mean, no, that's business. Yeah.
Right.
As far as relationship with with our clients, I'm in it to help you fulfill your dreams of owning a home. I'm not just in it to make some dollars, Right. And when people see that you care about them, that takes you to the next level.
Yeah. Right. And it's not just about right now, it's about like what are your goals 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now? It's like what are you trying to get to? What resource do I have now to help you get there? It might not be about buying this particular property. It might be buying like a duplex, like something else. But I got a lender that works with not only traditional loans, but they hard money, private, like all that. Like I can bring that to you without you having to go outside of my network and find it for yourself.
Right.
Oh, man.
Anybody want to chime in before I get back? I don't want to preach a sermon here.
Hey man, we ain't trying
I
to
mean,
preach one either, B.
Just let me get that offer, and we're good.
Yeah. I'll take up the building fund. I got the building fund for you though.
Right. So, anybody else want to twist this to real estate? Like, as far as how can you use that prime effect, to build relationship? Because don't forget, like I said, I added the premise. I started to put that on the table. Like most of these millennials, even some millennials, man. Like I said, are that's not their strong point. It's more transactional.
Well, it sounds like you're trying to get at something in particular, man. Just gonna put it out there because me and Barrett gave us some good gems. Now you saying we ain't talking about nothing. Yeah. So you might as well just go and tell the people what you talking about.
Well, like I said, I didn't want to hold the plate up.
Is from if we're gonna go from a realtor trying to build better relationships with the quote unquote clientele that you have to be able to find something personal about every person that you're trying to work with, whether it be, they had the kids had a baseball game. You know about the baseball game. How did they do at the baseball game? Did he score a run? Did he score a touchdown? I'm gonna give you an example. Put Corey business in the street right quick. All right. Corey got a son. Corey has a son named Carrington Smith. I know for a fact Cairo has practice on Wednesdays out here by me off of 2920. So I know on Wednesday afternoons between 5 and 8, not talking about he gonna be at practice. So whenever I do talk to him, I say, well, how did Cairo do in practice? And he give me the spiel. But because I knew that and he knows I know that strengthens what we already have. Right. So for going forward, I know Barry smokes cigars. So whenever I see a cigar, I say, hey Barry, man, you ought to try this one because this gives you a better kind of graduate you from a Connecticut to a
better experience.
That's what that's about. Because if you can figure out, or if someone slips up and says a personal detail, as a realtor, you want to keep that in the brain. So when you talk to them again, they just don't feel like, oh, you just trying to call me because you want to represent me on the deal. No, I'm actually trying to create and strengthen a relationship that grows past the real estate. So when you do need something, or your mama needs something, or your aunt needs something, they're gonna call me because, Lemon always keep up with what I'm doing. Not in a stalkerish way, but just kind of knows that what's going on. And that's how you strengthen between the realtor and the client. Now, from a business to business perspective, it's the same premise, but understanding how their business affects yours and yours affects theirs, taking into consideration, I'm not going to call you with nothing that's not going to help you achieve whatever goal that be, whether it be you're trying to close multiple transactions from the lending side, from the title side, trying to make sure, I'm going to send my title work to you because you're there to help me when I need something, when I need special title work, when I need a favor that you need to push me through, get me signed in certain ways. I'm going to do that and let you know, hey, I'm here to help you achieve whatever that goal may be from a business to business perspective. And as far as touching those who are just straight digital, even with straight digital, I'm not a big social media guy. I think everybody knows that. But I have a lovely wife and kids who, if I ask a question about any topic on any one of those social media platforms, they'll tell me. I keep that tidbit. And when I do get to a Gen X or a millennial, I can drop that down in there and say, well, this is what I heard. No doggone well, I'm not on those platforms, but I can able to hold my own just in that moment to get them back to where I need them to be.
I mean, that's what it's all about. And so there's an acronym called FROG: family, recreation, occupation, goals. Those are the 4 top things that you want to talk to with clients or potential clients to keep them engaged, keep you in communication with them so they, eventually rock with you moving forward. So it's not just about...
It's from family, family, recreation, motivation. Family, occupation, family, recreation, occupation, motivation.
I mean, it's different. It's different acronyms. Let's try to act like I know what I'm talking about.
It's in the book, chapter 4, man.
Just because you want to word it different, don't mean I don't know what I'm talking about.
I thought you were getting it from the book and try to switch it up, man.
No. This is the same thing, just a different book.
Right. Now, family, occupation, family, recreation, occupation, and motivation.
Is that from your book, B?
Yeah, that's from my book. Chapter 4.
Huh?
Yeah.
Mm. How
But
many chapters in that book?
huh?
How many chapters in the book?
7 chapters. 7-step process. But
Seven-step process.
to tie, you know, piggyback what Hyman saying. I'm gonna give you my synopsis. First of all, yeah, you gave one string, and I wanted to kind of put a loop on that string. Don't forget that it has to be significant, personal, unexpected. And that generates the reciprocity. That's the first thing. If you don't have reciprocity, you don't have anything. Don't forget that a person's most important subject is themselves and their kids. You know, so and as the professional, it is your job to make that person feel like it's all about them. And most people try to one up, and that's where they go wrong. Like, oh, are you went fishing? Well, here go a bigger fish I caught. You know, that's your house. You got a little 15 square foot house. Look at my house, it's 3,000 square foot. You know, so you gotta watch how you do things. You gotta make it all about them. You know, so you gotta be into what they are into. You know, and not try to. That's the difference between professionals and people that's just having a conversation with you. You know, so
salespeople.
Well, salespeople, top-notch salespeople have an intent. They have an exit strategy. They have a goal in mind.
But they
Don't forget, I'm doing all.
But they professional. Is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm talking to.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a salesperson, you're supposed to be a professional.
Supposed to
You
be.
know, supposed to be. You know, so and they've got too many people that's lax. As a professional salesperson, you have an exit strategy. You have an end game in mind. The end game is to go to the cash register or to get that check from escrow or to get that check wired, that money in your account. That's the whole point. So don't forget this. We're not here to be friends, even though you make friends in the meantime. But your whole job is to make that person, put that person on a pedestal, make that person feel important while they actually spending. Like you said with Dion, like you know, it makes you feel good. Like Corey said. Your job as a salesperson is to make that person feel good about what they're buying and the whole thing. If you make that person feel like trash, they're not gonna buy it from you. They're gonna ghost you.
Oh yeah.
And at the same time, it's brokers just like that too.
Right.
Make you feel
Here's
good.
the thing. If a person, if you get a person that you're openly trying to make them feel good just to get to the cash register or just to get to escrow, that's easily spotted as well. Not
necessarily. Not if you're sincere like Dion. So you have to be.
But I don't think
that's what
a whole.
I don't think that's what he's trying to get to.
Though.
I don't think that's what he's trying to get to.
The perspective you're putting it in as you have to make a person, put the person up on the pedestal so you can take that person to the escrow or to the cash register. What I believe Dion is doing is not putting that person up on the pedestal, but letting that person, hey, I care about you. I care about you enough to know and enough to tell you this is what's right and this is what's wrong. It's up to you if you decide to. But if you can see that, if you're mature enough to see that a person cares about you and truly want to be there and help you, you're not putting them on a pedestal. You're meeting them where they are and showing them what a true relationship looks like.
Yeah. Hyman, you're the master of derailing the thought and going somewhere that it need to be not going.
Derailing the thought.
Derailing the thought. You twisted it up.
I thought I was there.
Nah, you totally off.
Oh, goodness gracious. You're
totally off. Let me tell you.
I can't always be off, though.
Dion's register is those endorsements from blenders that he got. Cha-ching. Those that 30, what is it, $18 million that they generate for the city. Cha-ching. That $166 million that they talking about renewing his contract. Cha-ching. So yeah, he has an exit strategy to go, but that's the byproduct of being him and being committed to the fullest. And that's what I'm going to get into my diaspora as far as when I'm going to break the whole thing down to how it's similar to what we do. But just to tie to your point, yeah, you always have. Don't forget what this is. Don't forget that we are here to provide a service. And if you're at the top of your field at the service, you're going to go to that register. We're not here I'm not here just to, hey, I got a bunch of friends. If that's the case, let's do nonprofit. Let's do all your deals with 0%. Don't forget what we're here for. We're here to not only by me being at the top of my game, I'm gonna be compensated because I'm one of the best in the field, as I should. You know, and me loving what I do, that passion is going to translate to what I do. And I'm going to be passionate about helping you because you're my client. So it's natural.
Yeah.
So it's nothing fake here. Now, if you fake, people can tell if you're trying to laughing all the, robotically, that's not what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So
your statement says not what you mean, but what you said. You can mean one thing and say something else. You said you got to put the people up on the pedestal to make them feel good.
Correct.
To get them to the closing table, to the cash register.
Right. You always sell with a positive. You always Mary Kay, the one that with the pink Cadillac lady, she said, make sure every client has a stamp in their forehead say MMI, make me feel important. MMFI, excuse me. So yes, I put myself to the side. It ain't about where I went to college. It's about where they went to college. It ain't about my fishing trip. It's about their fishing trip. It ain't about my house that I got. It's about their house. I do this all the time. They don't. So it's about prioritizing how you do that conversation.
But how do you establish the relationship with them? By just prioritizing what they do.
Because it's all about them.
But you also say it's about reciprocity, where you pour into them, they pour into you. How are they going to pour into you when you're pouring into them?
Reciprocity
without trying to find that. Let me finish my statement.
Right. You asked me the question I'm trying to answer.
I wouldn't ask you a real question. It was a statement.
Reciprocity comes.
Rhetorical question.
There we go. Thank you. Rhetorical question.
Right. Reciprocity comes when you do something significant, personal, and unexpected. That's when reciprocity comes. You have to do something significant, personal, and unexpected. That's when the reciprocity comes. It's not about you. It shouldn't be a ping pong thing. As far as the conversation, it should be all about them. Now, if they ask you, I went to college in the Midwest, but yeah, it's nothing like, man. It's nothing like the Tigers that you went to, man. The LSU's all over, man. A lot of I'm from Louisiana, so it's a way you can switch it right back on them.
I think when you talk reciprocity, you know what I'm saying, in my head, some of the greatest relationship builders find common ground with the person that they're actually building something with. Not necessarily, hey, look, I want you to talk. I want you. Well, look, here's the thing: is that you're saying. You have to build that common ground with somebody. You know what I'm saying? When you're actually trying to build a relationship, you're not just all about. You're not a therapist. So it's not a one-way street where you just want them to talk about themselves. Okay, let me ask you another question so you can talk about yourself. It's the common ground where you're adding value to the conversation and they're adding value too.
You could add value to the conversation without talking about yourself. I've had people on that sales floor. We went to the same elementary school, went to the same high school. We both Saints fans. We both had daughters. Everything is ain't buy a damn thing from me.
That's messed up, though.
It ain't about common ground. We talk alike, we walk alike, ain't buy a damn thing from me. I have some people. I had a person with a Confederate shirt on, brought $50,000 from me because I made him feel good. So it had common ground had nothing to do with it. My common ground is you here to buy, I'm here to sell. That's as common as we need.
But when you talk about the Dion effect.
That is what you would call a transactional relationship.
No, sir.
Pretty much.
He called it.
How you figure? I don't care anything about you. You're here to buy. I'm here to sell. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters.
I didn't say I didn't care.
It's I like how you made me feel.
Right.
I love this whole process. I'm gonna send all my people to you.
Right. And not only
goes from transactional to relational. Because I was like, I trust him. He took care of me.
Exactly. He called me to this day, man. Hey, I know your name Gallery, man. Who should I go and ask for? In fact, he sent me a dude that the appraiser that came out $42,000 less. That was his dude in the country. Redneck guy. Don't even know these guys. But he liked me. Because I made him feel good. I didn't judge him with the Confederate flag shirt. I kept on rolling.
And that's what you should do.
Right. So it has nothing to do with common ground. We have nothing in common.
But you're talking about
Well, I don't want to say.
Yeah, I get ready to say you got something in common. They bought something from you, didn't they?
Right, but we had in common is that he
How far we invested in furniture?
and I needed the talent.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what we had in common. But nah, it's about people buy on emotions. Don't forget that. People are emotional by even males, even as logical as males are. People buy on emotions, and it's all about
Uncle Ruckus, bro. That's all. That's what they're saying.
yeah.
Say what?
Say it again.
Be Uncle Ruckus out here.
I don't know what you mean by that, but
For real.
nah,
What's that mean?
people.
You like seen Boondocks?
Yeah, but I don't see what
Boondocks.
the,
Long time
Lord
ago.
have mercy,
Right.
man. That's what, 15 years
Y'all
ago?
old, man. Y'all showing y'all age, man.
right. But
Who brought it up?
But what I was saying is that, don't forget, like I said, it's all about they don't remember the facts; they remember how you made them feel, and that's all it's about. And people resent you if you. They like to talk. You know, don't forget as they talking, and as you encourage them to talk, that's when them endorphins and the dopamine and all that stuff get because people love to hear themselves talk. They don't want to hear about where you graduated from, and unless they ask you, you know. So you don't want to be, you know, you got to be. I have a course on proactive and active listening. So you have to use your active listening skills.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to do that as an agent. You definitely got to listen.
Yeah, you got to
Because
listen.
you need
Man.
to know, like going back to what are their goals? What are they trying to accomplish?
Right. And it can't be a third degree either. It can't be an interview. It got to be a conversation.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, and that's what a lot of people get. All right, what is this? What is this? What is it? You taking orders. You're a clerk.
Well, tell me, B, how is it a conversation when you only asking questions and them talking about themselves?
Well, you got to use
Educate me on that. Help me understand that. You know what I'm saying? How is it a conversation when they just doing all the talking?
Well, it's an art. It's an art.
It's an art.
You got to make it feel like a conversation without you
gotta-
talking about yourself.
You got to encourage them to keep talking about
Don't
themselves.
come in and save them, CJ. Don't come in and save them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no, serious, I wrote the book on this. What you talking about?
Hey, I'm gonna write me a book, man.
I used to teach this for years. I used to classroom teach this for years, and I used to get paid $180,000 to teach this. I got the W-2s. I still got my my PowerPoint on my iPad. I used to teach this stuff, and it worked. We used to knock the skin off the ball, man. We still had records. We still set records. They can't sell as much as when I was there. I was training them, so it works. You can't tell me nothing about none of this. You know what I'm saying? I got a high step to the pit. Yeah, you can't tell me this don't work. You know what I mean? So it works. It doesn't matter if you buy into it or not. I mean, the thing is with relationships, we kind of got off track. We got to get on the sales. I just wanted to touch what Hyman was saying. We kind of derailed and went off of something else, but I want to get back to it. But to answer your question, it's about encouraging what they're saying. Oh, really? Man, tell me more, man. You say you used to play for the Globetrotters, man. Oh, really? What was that like? You know what I'm saying, man? You don't say, man. Hey, how long? Tell me, what's the secret of being married all these years? You know, it's the questions that you ask. It's these open-ended questions that gets people to
Guns and butter, baby.
Spill their guts. And as what Hyman said earlier, now as they're spilling the beans, I'm taking mental notes or even writing physical notes on the stuff that they spilling. Oh, yeah, your son plays baseball? Okay. And you have practice? Okay. Now I can get all that information and I can flip back on them. But if I'm saying, oh, you know, I'm going about my daughter and stuff like that, I can't learn about them.
So this tactic that you're speaking of is the initial conversation.
It's not the initial.
Because once they spill the beans, like how you put it, you were taking all those notes. So when the next time you talk, it's more of a two-way conversation then, right?
Not necessarily. You still could, hey man, like you said, how's Carrington doing, man? So you said last time he was He was missing them curveballs. He's still missing them curveballs. Y'all corrected that. You know.
So every conversation is just them regurgitating, just kind of talking about themselves, is what you're saying throughout the whole process.
Well, it's not only talking about themselves, but talking about themselves with a purpose. You know, I'm still warming you up, and I'm still, don't forget, I'm edging you to that transaction. You see what I'm saying? It's not just being professional friends. It's moving that to that transaction still. Now that we done talked about that, man. Hey, listen.
I was reading a book, man, and it was talking about it's a big difference between somebody saying you're right and that's right.
Right.
I'm gonna let that sink in with y'all right
How
quick.
often do you use
TJ, is
right,
that book
CJ?
called What to Say in Real Estate?
Nope.
Oh, it's not that one, because I think they said that in that book.
Nah, it's
I got a book.
a negotiation book though, but it's called Never Split the Difference.
I read that. Oh, that's why. Yes, I read that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Because when you said that, I remember.
What's your synopsis on it, Barry B, since you read it?
I mean, I think you. Yeah. I mean, you need to talk to them to understand about them. Yeah, you definitely need that. One thing I don't like is I can't stand when I see like agents that say I was the number one this and I did this and I done sold this and this. The average person don't care.
They don't care.
They don't.
Right. I've been here for 20 years.
Yeah, it's like
they don't care about your accolades.
Yeah,
as a professional.
Congratulations.
Like, hey, I've been. They might care about
I was
how
the
long you
number
been doing
one
this.
salesman in whatever. Yeah, but can you So yeah,
your daughter
you got to learn about people and like you said, get to know them. I mean, I got one lady that I sold her house over 10 years ago. She done sent me about 5 people.
Right.
That's a wonderful thing, right?
Look,
there.
she done had me come over her house. She was like, "Yeah, you out here?" She was in Pearland. She was cooking and everything. Come on over here and eat, because we got such a good relationship. I'm like, man, okay. I done sold her daughter, her sister, her brother-in-law, her church member.
Right. Did you go get a plate, Barry?
And look, when she called me, we gonna shoot we talking. Whatever she want to talk about.
Right. Well, I won't get to that before the end. Like, where's the line? It's like before you get to unprofessional. We're gonna get to that in a second. But
I mean, you know, there's a line. I mean, you can go to the house with food, but you can't smash a client. You know what I mean?
Oh no. She was old anyway.
This is the number one complaint I get for when people switch realtors. This is what loan officers won't tell you. This is the number one complaint I get when they pop up with a new realtor, is that other realtor was unprofessional.
Oh,
this is the number one complaint that I get, and Corey will probably amen. It's what's the number one when people ask you why you switch realtors and they still keep the loan officer? What do they say most of the time?
It's actually 2 things. Well, one is that you're saying the realtor doesn't listen. They're trying to force me to do something that you're saying I don't want to do.
Right. And
then the second thing is you're saying they were just inexperienced. They didn't know what they was doing.
Right. Unprofessional, right?
No, they just didn't know what
you can't really wrap it into that. You can't really wrap it into that. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've had some excuses where you know what I'm saying they were just saying that they was unprofessional for one reason or another. But when you ask about 2 common, those are the common ones I get.
Well, the number one I get
real quick. Hey, hold on, B. I just had a conversation with somebody earlier today. And she's an investor and everything, but she was like, she was hesitant to work with her homeboys, homegirls, because she got people in real estate. Because she was like, all right, they out here kicking it with me, but I don't trust them enough to handle this transaction.
Right.
Ooh, that's messed up, man.
I was like, look,
that's messed up, man.
People can kick it too, but you got to be able to separate kicking it, being friendly, and turn it off to be a professional. And she was like, I don't know how to separate it. And that's a problem, but that I think a lot of people have with people that they know and they're really cool with, that they don't want to have them involved in such a big ticket investment.
Right, and a lot of people,
Not
once you get too familiar, they don't want you in their business at that point as
Yes.
well.
Yeah,
That's
they
what I
want-
was saying.
they
Yep.
really don't want you to
They
see
don't
their
want you to
financials, in
business.
my opinion.
Right.
Right.
So that's why you got to be. I'm professional. You got to be a professional friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's a distinguish. It's got to be distinguished between. Hey, like I said, it took us years. Like I said, CJ and I are friends now. It's more than professional friends. I could curse and all that. You know what I mean? We could talk noise and all that. But if you were a client, you got to separate that.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
You
How
still
did y'all
got to be
become friends after being a professional?
after being professional for long. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, I ain't tell you. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. So it's beyond that point now. But it got to happen organic. But at the same time, everybody not the same, because I've had people that known people for a long time, realtors, that the realtor brought me to the client, but when it comes down to doing a transaction, they were too unprofessional. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So and it
That's a
leads
hard
to
one, man. That's a hard one, man.
no, it's not a hard one. That's what I wanted to get to it.
That's a
You
hard one, man.
you always gotta maintain. Look at Dion. And this might be not to everybody character. He keeps it clean, he doesn't curse. You got to be as if your adults are in the room or a church group are in the room. You got to talk as if that's present.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you got to stay above board.
You got to stay above board. You can't if they try to go low. Oh yeah, man, yeah. Then you got to switch the conversation back to mainstream. Let them vent. Yeah, let them talk. Boom, boom, boom. But all right, yeah, switch it up.
Or if they do go somewhere left, you bring them back right.
Right.
Hey, so here's the thing.
Without correcting them.
Yeah.
Hey, how many of y'all have actually done a transaction for one of your friends though?
For a friend? Oh, I have.
Yeah.
My first sale was a guy that I do. My very first sale.
I mean,
And
your friend,
in
not
fact,
somebody you knew.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, we would. I mean, yeah, we
was
done
your boy.
kicked it. I was in his wedding. We were
He
friends.
didn't see you get sloppy drunk and throw up.
Oh no, I ain't do all that. Wow.
That's what
I didn't do that with
What about you,
nobody.
What about you?
But in fact, when I was going to real estate school, he wanted a house. He waited till I got my license.
Right.
That's
That's
solid.
dope.
That's solid. That's solid. That's real
Yeah, I
solid.
wish I had some people
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I mean,
For
as
real.
soon as I got my license, hey man, let's go on and do it. And it was cool because I'm learning, and so I didn't really have to put on. I was still learning how to be in real estate, and so I kind of knew him. So it wasn't like somebody I didn't know where you mess up and they sitting there like, oh, he don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I haven't done a deal for any of my friends.
You haven't?
You have friends? No.
I've done a few.
I haven't done it. I mean,
But
with my true friends. Now, the word friend for me means a little bit more. Maybe I need to give my definition. A friend of mine is somebody who's come to my house, right? If you've been to my house, I consider.
And I've been to his house. He done been to mine. We done barbecued and
like I said,
everything.
Friends of mine have seen me get sloppy drunk and throw up before, so it's cool.
Oh,
So
I
I've
mean,
not
if you
ever
still
done.
drunk, if you still throwing up at your age, then you got a
I'm
problem.
not talking about that. Why you boy trying to be transparent on the show, trying to be organic.
You over there drinking that Erkin jerk.
Back in the day, it was Erkin. It was that, or it was Parmesan.
Ooh,
Right.
man.
But I want to get back to professionalism in a second, but I wanted to give the synopsis that I wanted to give earlier. But Dion is like this, and how this relates to real estate in your business. You got to be at the top of your field first. You got to be at the top of your field. And then from there, how do you get to your top of your field? You got to use everything that you got. You got to be a professional. You have to study the game. You have to be a student of the game. You got to love the game. You got to, you got to look for opportunities at all costs, at every day. It's a nonstop thing. Every day you're looking for opportunities. It don't stop. And especially with realty, and being a realtor, you are the actual marketing team. So you need to market your brand 24/7. I've never seen. I'll say this several times on the air. I've never seen Mattress Mac without a Gallery Furniture shirt on ever. He sleeps in Gallery Furniture shirts. He goes to the gym in Gallery Furniture shirts. He always has a Gallery Furniture shirt on. So, and I thought about it. Why am I promoting? Why would I love the Saints, but why do I have the Saints? Why am I promoting the Saints? They filthy rich already. Why am I promoting, the Astros or whatever? They don't give a damn. I'm doing nothing but my brands from now on, so,
That's real.
you got to promote at all times. Look for opportunities. So that's how you get to the top of your game. And then from there, the value that, like CJ was saying earlier, that you offer, don't forget, this is a value proposition. When you get clients, it's all about what value are you bringing to them. One of the values that I bring to them is my relationship currency, the relationships that I formed over the years by being in the business and this, being myself and people gravitating towards me. Just on this show, like I said, we got Patrick, who's a financial advisor. I just met a real estate attorney. I got so many people in my my Rolodex here. Anything that you need to move, you need furniture, you need a pool, you need an AC, HVAC, you need a dog, you need anything. I got it.
The one thing I've learned about that right there is when I present somebody out the Rolodex, that first question is, have you ever dealt with them before? Right. Mm-hmm. And it used to be like, nah, I just know them from this, that, and the other. But once I took the next step as far as adding value, is to getting to know the people who I say, well, use this person in a more, I guess, a better way, or strengthen that relationship. It makes it a lot easier to do business with them and to refer business to them, because I can say, well, they do things like this, and this, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and say, well, look, this is what this person does. If you like it, great. If you don't, I get it. But they do this very well.
Right. Well, that's the point of relationships. Like, not just, hey, I met you sometime. Hey, remember me? That's not a relationship. So that's I wouldn't even consider that a network if you don't know how that person does business. So you got to spend your time perfecting your craft. Us as salespeople, our craft is relationships.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like we're not realtors. We in the people business.
Yeah, this is our hammer and our hairnet. This is what we do. We're in the people business. So you got to cultivate those relationships. So that's all. That's why I talk so long. I talk all day. I literally talk for 12 hours a day.
I believe it.
Yeah. I practice it.
But somebody made a good point. It was like, if we were doing our jobs, Angie's List, those type of sites would not exist, because we are supposed to build not just relationships with clients, but other people in the industry, so we can refer trustworthy people to our people.
It's called business to business, man. You got the inner consumer as well, inner customer as well.
Yeah.
So again, back to, hey, I talk. If you gonna run all day like Travis Hunter, you gotta sprint, right? So I can sit there and talk. I can talk for 12 hours. So I'm prepared to make these 50 to 100. 50 is a light day. I talk to 50 people a day, probably on a light day.
It's a nice day.
Yeah, my what you call them don't stay full at all. If I don't catch them that day, if I don't have another ounce savings, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? That thing gone, man. I talk to a lot of people every day, man. And that's how everybody, you got to have them touches, man. I had them touches. People, hey, blah, blah, blah.
That's real.
I'm talking to people. So I don't get it, man. Like I don't get how some realtors, especially in our business, I call them, they sound like they're on a pillow. I call them, they sound like they sleep.
I call them, they're on cruise control.
Like, man, as many people call me a day, when you have time to sleep.
Man, they ain't got people calling like that. And then if they just don't happen to get a closing, they get comfortable.
Right.
They ain't looking for the next one.
So you can never have enough relationships, good relationships, should I say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's because once you got those relationships, like I said, look at Dion with the Nike guy. He knows that guy, made him feel good. That's a relationship. Aflac, Nick Saban. You got all these relationships, man. Then you got all these players you about to get. His funeral gonna be loud, man. You touch all these people. That's what it's about, man. Making your impact. What impact as a man? Your purpose is what kind of impact you gonna have on this planet.
Man, you see what happened when that one coach was talking about him with the shades and the hats. He made $1 million that was it the same day, the next day, just off the sunglasses.
That's what I was saying with blenders. Yeah, that's why I say he had an end game in mind. It's he's going to the register, and then he putting it. What I like is he putting his own family on. His family's in the KFC commercials now. His mom and everything in the KFC commercials.
Yeah, I mean, everything on that. I don't agree with him on everything, but I'm gonna still salute him on what he's doing with the team, with his boys, and everything like that. But
what you disagree with him on, CJ?
Man, I'm on the natural thing. I'm not on that getting that jab. I ain't with that. When he
woke. Like, CJ woke. CJ woke.
I ain't woke. I'm just real.
On that jab, what?
And getting that jab, dressing up with the wig and all that. I ain't doing none of that.
Right. So you saying you ain't gonna tap dance for the man?
Nah. That's probably why I ain't making it corporate America. I got laid off like 3 times out that joint.
But you know what?
Right, I get the hint now.
Angry black dude.
But you know what? You don't have to agree with everything that somebody does either.
Exactly.
Too,
Exactly.
That's what I said. That's why I salute him for what he's doing with the boys. But some of the moves he made, I can't agree with everything, but what he's doing,
I get it. I'm 50-50. I understand. You know what I mean? It's like with that's a whole different situation. But you know what I mean? But I understand. Somebody got to make their way and put their step for so some of us can get in the door, knock down somebody. Got to be the pioneers. The pioneers don't have the arrows in their back. It just is what it is. So but I don't knock him for it. I don't, I can't say what I can and can't do. I know I'm not dressing in the dress. I can't, what I mean? But I can pump fake with you. I can get down, say, oh yeah, what I'm saying? So I can tap dance a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You want to see it? You gotta put on. You gotta put on for your city, man. Hey, you gotta realize, man, our ancestors, just a few short years ago, man, they picked cotton and they cleaned people's houses and they did what they had to do, man. Shit, not. So you mean to tell me I gotta laugh and kiki and he with some people that I don't really mess with to get on? If that's what I gotta do, I gotta do it. And they working on the railroad.
Hey, but the problem is they did all that, accumulated all that land, and then things happen where we don't have it no more. Whatever reason that is, I ain't gonna get into the specifics.
Well, it is what it
is. The question
man.
is why you want kiki and tap dance for just to make it a better way for the next generation.
Hey, right on to the real.
Yeah, he went.
Hey, what Big Rude said, right on to the real.
Ready to say something, and I said,
what you gonna say, Bear?
Business related.
Right. Well, this is. I mean, my thing is this, and this is part of what I wanted to say.
Everybody on this show is of African descent. We all deal with some form of tap dance, one way or another.
Right.
The question is, CJ refused to tap dance while he got laid off 3 times.
Right.
I mean, laid off I attempted it in corporate. I did attempt it. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
I got that. CJ even got his white voice, man. Where your white voice at, man?
hey guys, come on, guys.
It goes back to you understanding your client.
You gotta understand your client, man. You gotta read the room. Read the room, man. You gotta the best businessman is the middleman. Watch the Art of War with Art of War with not Art of War. What's the name of that movie with Nicolas Cage? He was the gun runner. Lord of War.
Yeah,
Lord of War.
Lord of War. Yeah.
Yeah, watch Lord of War, man. The best businessman is middleman. Now, never go to war, especially with yourself. Never go to war. I ain't trying to go to war.
Learn business. You got to watch Fresh.
Fresh is good. That's about chess and all that, putting people. But that's more about manipulation.
I mean, that's what life is.
Not necessarily. You can manipulate the pieces with by being the best version of yourself.
But
everything gonna vibrate to you.
It's still manipulation.
Somewhat, but I ain't gotta manipulate other pieces. The pieces are gonna come to me.
No,
I ain't gotta.
Now, hold on, B. Hold your cap up one more time for me and call it for me, B. Call it for me, B. Call it for me, B.
Manipulate.
Call it for me, B.
Right.
Just a few moments ago, you talked about how to.
Here you go about the relationship that don't go together.
What you mean, dog?
It don't go together. Manipulate, not sell.
Oh, so you want to put two different words on for doing the same?
It means something different. That's why they have two different words.
The method.
It means something different. We talk about selling. You talk about manipulate. Manipulate when I purposely put somebody in harm's way to gain an advantage.
That ain't manipulation.
Well, I'm gonna put you in a result. I'm gonna put you in a way where I don't know.
Let me look up the definition for these joints.
Moving pieces around.
But when you move pieces around, then you don't know the actual. Is it gonna be positive or gonna be negative? You don't know. You're just moving them for your advantage.
So when you make a person feel real good to get to the cash rush, that's for your advantage, right?
Yeah, but it's positive. Nobody
can you manipulate somebody morally?
Go
manipulate somebody. Yeah, but
what does it say?
I'm waiting for the answer first.
Oh, can you manipulate them morally?
You not by making them feel good. I mean,
yes. You can
manipulate somebody morally. Lying to them, that's a different story.
You can manipulate somebody morally. I think so.
I mean, if it's moral, this depends on whose morals.
I mean, morals is morals. Everybody has their own set. Everybody has their own set of morals.
Right. So I don't get it. That's a moving question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my point is, when I say manipulation, I'm talking about where you don't know the outcome. I'm moving.
But nobody knows it. But that still doesn't mean just because you know the outcome means it's gonna put them in harm's way because you know the outcome. Whether the outcome benefits them or you.
Well, I don't have control of that. Nobody's ever complained or nobody's ever gotten harmed for me being nice to them.
No. But can you say, well,
Brandon answered the question fully. Tune in next week.
What?
I'm not
same bad time.
Same bad.
Yeah, we're about to get
once again, you bounced around the question, so you didn't.
I told you it's a moving question. I don't get
it. Cap, B. I asked you to pull your hat off and hit say cap.
It's two different things. You talking about?
I'm about to wear my hat next week and say I'm gonna call cap for you.
Fresh. The whole thing about Fresh, if I'm not mistaken, is that he was using those people to gain advantage and actually putting people in harm's way, just so he could gain advantage on the board. Am I correct? That's what Fresh was about.
He was making chess moves and boys were playing checkers.
He was manipulating bad people so he can get out of a bad situation.
Okay,
right.
So
I wouldn't say that's a business movie. It's cool. I mean, but that's not how I get down. Yeah, nah. I'm always positive.
I ain't got no hat. I call cap, man.
Yeah, I mean, ask my customers. I got 8 years of track record. I'm always positive.
Nobody disagree with the idea of what you're doing. We just say it's a form of manipulation, but you think it's going to be negative. It's not necessarily always negative.
Nah, manipulation is
Barry just said the man manipulated bad people to get him out of a bad situation.
No, I mean,
right, Barry, ain't that what you just said, Barry?
I almost said.
Yeah, if you look at the movie Fresh, that's what he did.
Okay.
Right.
He was trying to get him and his sister away from the drug dealer. So he did stuff to get that drug dealer.
Some people may have voted for a particular president that has given out free crack pipes and needles. But we're not gonna talk about that.
It wasn't me.
They still do that. They still do that in San Francisco. They give the junkies free fresh needles so they don't.
That documentary what happened in San Francisco is crazy.
Yeah, they do that in San Francisco. Yes. to stop the slow down. I think the AIDS epidemic and diseases from using old needles.
What?
It definitely wasn't me, man. I'm gonna have to switch cast, man. You know what I'm saying?
What that would say, B? I can't see what that would say.
Shit, definitely wasn't me, man. Boom.
You know what it say. You know what it say.
What it say? Brandon B. Dix.
You know, so I keep it on my desk, but you know what I mean?
Hey, Ricky Bobby 24, baby.
Right. How about business, man? I think, like I said, this ain't a political show, but
Nah,
I'm not trying to turn it political, but nah, man, I wanted to wrap it up, man. This what I wanted to say to the young people as far as professional, a lot of people think getting in relationships means getting unprofessional with them. That's not the case. There's a way to professionally build up relationships, and we ran out of time, so I wanted to get into a little bit more. So we might have to make a part 2 to this, or either that or take my course, man.
Simon,
What's up, man?
you live off 2920?
Yes.
Man, I'm over off 2920.
Well,
Man, y'all been doing this all this long, and y'all ain't find out. That's why you got no friends.
I'm at 2920 and Student Airline. I'm right across from Hooks Airport.
oh yeah, you way down there, dog. I'm close to 45.
Oh, okay, that is okay.
Hey, Hyman said he in the city. You out there in the middle of nowhere.
It ain't gonna be in the middle of nowhere no time soon. They don't know how to build around me.
He was like, hey, if it ain't Bush, you out there, bro.
It is the boonies now.
Right, but man, I'm about to be all over there, man. Like I said, I gotta learn this city, man. I've been here 18 plus years. I don't know the little intricacies of the cities, man.
I'm almost a town ball. I'm right across from 99 town ball.
So people say these subdivisions, I don't even know what they're talking about. Like, what?
That's a city. They ain't a
No. I know Tomball. Tomball got that mall out there, right? Willowbrook, right? Hey, Willowbrook and Tomball?
Nah, Willowbrook is in Houston.
No, it's in Houston.
Nah.
Yeah.
Ain't it close to Tomball?
Yeah, it's close. It's not far. Yeah.
Right.
249.
249 Tomball Highway.
Same highway.
I've been out
About
there.
15 minutes from me.
Yeah.
I've been out there. I can't say I've rode down every street in Houston yet.
There's no need to.
Yeah, it's like
Really
I'm gonna learn the spot, but yeah, back to I'm gonna say wrap it up, man. The youth, man, like I said, tune into my course or stay tuned. We're gonna have a part 2 of this. We're gonna talk about relationships, man, like how to build relationships professionally. Because a lot of people talk about these relationships on every other show, man, but they don't talk about business relationships. That's way more important. And they don't have no business relationships. They talk about how to get a girl, how to finesse dudes, and all this stuff. How about building up a team, man, where you could maximize your pay grade? How you gonna scale if nobody likes you?
There you go.
You know what I mean? So we need,
like you say, it is too many of these relationship podcasts. Oh my goodness,
they beating the drum. Well, since
Kevin
Samuels
came, you got to say the same thing.
Well, since Kevin Samuels came through and made his bag, everybody want to jump in that space. They're like, I got a bag. I can make the bag too. Even females got to make the bag.
Same thing he said.
Saying the same, biting his whole everything he said. All his talking points is biting. And someone made a bag. They got this white girl Pearly. She made a few million off of it, and she bid him word for word verbatim.
Yep.
Wow. And she's taking his perspective, or she's trying to
not only his perspective, his talking points is word for word. Whole ideology. This man, that is Kevin Samuels to the T. You know what I'm saying? So she took it and she made a couple of M's, and so everybody else will hop on this thing. And every other podcast talking about relationships now, but nobody talking about business relationships. Now, might be a niche, man. We might need.
We might be changing up on y'all. Y'all better hurry up.
Get this talk about business relationships. We can go intricate with that, man. What do you do?
I'll be honest with you, it's really hard to establish a solid business relationship, though. So to be honest with you,
put that thing down on the operating agreement. That's all you need.
Put it down on what?
That operating agreement.
What do you mean operating agreement?
So an operating agreement is gonna create the best business relationship for you.
I mean, it's on paper and you sign, you bound to it.
What's that mean? That's a piece of paper, though.
If you sign it, you bound to it.
Man,
Well,
please.
no, you gotta. It's
Uh-oh. Your boy finna tell you wrong. Go ahead.
well,
B.
it's
Go ahead,
more
B.
than that. Yeah, you gotta have your black and white if you're talking about partnerships. But my main thing is that's why I say with Dion is being selfless, man. You gotta be. You keep yourself in mind because don't forget you're gonna eat if you become the best version of yourself. But
You can't compare that to Dion. He a coach.
you are
It ain't no two coaches on the team.
if you're gonna build a scale of business, you are a coach.
I'm saying you can't compare that to Dion. It's gonna be a
No.
head coach and everybody under the head coach. You can't compare that to business if you're going into an operating agreement with. Man, all right, that's next week. Who that next week, man?
So, Kyle running a football team is not like a business.
No,
Ooh.
You know, the head coach is not like the CEO, like managerial.
yeah, but you keep pulling Dion out your ass like he gonna be.
I'm listening to understand.
Hey,
Like he gonna be able to share the
hey,
responsibility to somebody else as a head coach. You at the top.
That's that Uncle Neely running through his veins.
I'm trying to understand. Go ahead.
No, that's next week, man. I ain't got time.
No, I'm serious. I'm lost. That's the first I've heard.
I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry.
The first I've heard.
Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, a coach is not like a business. The head coach is not like a business. What? That's what the offensive defensive coordinators are for. So he could Mike like manage it from above. He could manage the game.
Yeah, I feel that.
And they have all their little position coaches. That's all your mid-tier, that's all your middle management. What?
Yeah, but you hopped in like I wasn't talking, like I ain't know what I was talking about.
I know you ain't know what you're talking about. You said it yourself.
Trouble in paradise.
I'm gonna call Cap like, man, this is.
Now you want. Hey, see that? Now you want to call Cap. When I told him to call Cap,
I think it's turning into a relationship show.
This is exactly like a coach, man. This is like coach and player. Your employees are like your players. What? You gotta motivate them to execute. It's exactly like a coach. It's exactly like a football team or a basketball team.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm gonna put it out here for you, CJ. There's a time to say when you're right or that's right. So which statement you gonna do? Say you're right.
Right, nice callback. Nice callback. Right, nice callback. Yeah.
Go, CJ. Pick one.
You know what I'm saying? That's the first I've heard, man.
We're gonna see y'all next week, man. I'm hungry.
Go
All right,
get
man.
some chicken, man. You gonna be all right. Go get your piece of chicken. Come on back.
All right, man.
We'll see you next week, man.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
All right.